Hi everyone, it's Michelle here from 3Ps, and I wanted to share with you today a little treat box idea that I put together for Easter. And these will be going to my husband's job, like the other little treat boxes that I've made. So here's a little yellow one, and a little purple one, and a blue one that I've made. So the materials that I'm using today are, let me get those together, is this paper pack that I got from Hobby Lobby. They were 50% off, so I actually got the whole pack for $2.50. And it comes with these pastel cardstock, and it's got like a pink, a purple, a blue, a green, and a yellow. And it's a 12 by 12 paper from Hobby Lobby Paper Studio. So that's the paper that I used. And I did do some, I was on the interwebs trying to figure out, you know, what kind of box I wanted to make. Here's a little prototype. I use plain like copier paper when I'm trying to tinker out to a box idea. So here's one that I did like this. And I did a thinner band instead of the thicker one. And I did have some boxes that were this size. I think these are 2.5 by 2.5. Don't remember how big it was. It was a little too big because I'm trying to fit in some of these little eggs that I'm going to fill with jelly beans. And so this box was just a little too big. And then I made one that was this size, not as tall, but it was still just a little too wide for me. So that was those. And then, let's see, there was a couple more that I tinkered with this size, which was too small. And then I had one this size. So it took me a minute to find a size that I thought was good for the project that I'm trying to put together. Then the first one that I tried to put together, I messed up. And I wrinkled it up, and it was no good. So, yeah. So that one got balled up and is trash now. So, and then what I ended up making was something similar to this. I got this pattern, I think it was a YouTube video. I actually do not remember. I scaled it down. I think their size was a little bit larger than what I needed, so I scaled it down to a size that I needed to use. So yeah. So those were all my little prototypes and tinkering that I did to make the actual box. The other items I'm using is a pack of these little foam Easter egg stickers. I got these at Target. You get 100 foam little Easter egg foam stickers for $1. And I thought that was a great deal because they actually have these eggs or something very, very similar at Michael's, and you only get 35 for $2. Or might have been $3. So 100 for $1, I'll take it. And even Dollar Tree didn't have packs this big. So like I said, I got these at Target. And they have a couple different colors. There's a teal color, purple, a blue, a lime green, and a pink come in the pack. So I got those little Easter eggs there. And I'm working with a pack of glue dots. Now you can get these at Dollar Tree. I think a lot of different companies make different ones. I have some other kinds. Let me show you. That look like this. I think these are from Forever and Time. They make a pack that looks like this, the sheet of them. But I would recommend getting these, at least for what I'm doing, but you can use any adhesive that you like. But this is what I'm using today, are the ones that I got from Dollar Tree. And the eggs that I'm putting together are also from Dollar Tree. It's a pack of 24 little mini eggs. They're small size, they're little ones. So I'm going to try and get a purple one out. Cards that are complete. Got a purple one and a yellow one. Sorry about that. Guess I should have dug those out beforehand. I didn't think about it till right now. I had everything prepared. I always forget something. No matter how prepared I am for the video, I always forget something. And then the other thing I'm using is some cupcake liners. It's got my materials in it. Got these cupcake liners at, again, Dollar Tree. It's a pack of 50. These were not in their Easter section. They were hanging over in the like baking aisle on one of their little side strips. And the Easter ones were 18 of the 18 cupcake holders for $1. But I found these over in the little baking section, like it says Spring Fling. So I guess they're just springtime, not necessarily Easter. But you get 50 for $1. And since I'm making 22 of these, I needed more than 18. So I thought that was a better value. And plus I could probably save these, you know, the center solid there. I could probably do something with that, even if I don't use them all for this project. So that's the other thing I got. Any kind of cupcake liners will suffice, or whatever you want to use. I'm not stuffing these with any kind of grass or anything like that. I'm just using the cupcake liners to kind of hold the egg there in place instead of stuffing it with grass. And because where my husband works, it's in a dental lab, and I don't like stuffing in a bunch of stuff that when they take it out, it might fall on the floor or just cause extra trash for them to throw away. So I thought the cupcake liners, it's not unlike like basket filler, like the shred. Sometimes, you know, the little pieces can fall out, and this is just something easy to kind of keep the eggs stationary inside the basket without having to put in a whole bunch of filler. So I thought that was good. Oh, and then the other thing is just some kind of washi tape. I'm using the same one on each basket. I got this pink and brown, like plaid looking, kind of looked basket-ish for Easter. So what you get started with is you want a 12 by 12 sheet of paper will make 4 little baskets. So, and what I've done, I don't know if you can see this here, is you want to cut your paper 5 by 5 and a half. Okay, so it'll be 5 by 5 and a half. And this is the half. So it looks like this. So you would do 5 and 5 and a half is what you initially want to cut out. 5 inches by 5 and a half inches. And then you'll cut off that 1/2 inch off the side like this. And then when you cut off, that'll give you your handle for the basket. So what you'll end up with is a handle strip that's a 1/2 inch wide. And then your basket square is going to be 5 by 5. Okay, so 5 by 5. All right, and then your score lines, I don't know if you can see this, it's kind of faint on this pale paper, but your score lines are going to be in at 1.5 inches all the way around. So you're scoring at 5.5 inches all the way around. And I don't have a scoreboard, but what I did to score with, show you real quick, is I had this old, what do you call it, old cutting board or whatever for paper trimmer. It's American Crafts. And the blade had gotten real dull, and I couldn't find replacement blades, and then there's paper crammed down in there. But what I ended up doing is I ended up popping off the ruler that was on top that was adhered to it had little springs right here. I ended up popping that off. Here, let me show you real fast. So you can see what I'm talking about. If you have this little board, I got it Tuesday morning for $7. So even if you just want to buy it to take it apart, but it had this across it with the blade, and I just popped this plastic piece off, and it left the groove, and that's what I used to help score my paper. So I would just, line it up at the 1.5 mark, and then use a tool, something to go into the groove. You can, use the end of like a pair of tweezers, if you've got a bone folder, just something to go into that crevice there. I use the smooth end of my blade cutter and score with that because I don't have a scoring board, and I think they can be kind of expensive. So instead of trashing this, which is what I was going to do, I ended up popping that ruler off so that I could easily use the measuring that's on there as a way to score with. So if you've got something like that laying around, or you've got a Tuesday morning, or maybe even on Amazon you can find something like that, or even some of the small travel cutting boards, you can always pop off those little, you know, blade cover things and just use that as a little scoreboard. So, because I priced out some scoring boards and I didn't want to pay that much money for them. So I kind of just improvised and used something I already had. So anyway, sorry for the bunny trail there. Back to the project. So these little baskets, you're going to score all the way around at 1.5 inches. Okay, all the way around. And then what you're going to do is, well, what I did first was I took all of my strips. So from one 12 by 12 piece of paper, you can get 4 baskets, and you'll cut off your little strips here. These are this is 1/2 inch wide. You'll cut that little 1/2 inch off of your initial square to create your handle. And I just took some of my washi tape and I cut the washi tape in half. These measure 5 inches long. So then I just took my washi tape and I just took a regular ruler like this and kind of just measured out the 5.5 inches, or not 5.5, 5 inches, around 5 inches. So I just took my washi tape, did about 5 1/4, and then cut it off. And then you'll take that strip and cut it in half. Does that make sense? Here, I gotta make a couple more baskets, so I'll go ahead and cut this one down, show you what I'm talking about. So I just took my washi, and I cut out just a little bit of extra just so I had, you know, a little extra to play with there. So you've got about 5 inch strip here, maybe 5 1/4. And then you want to take your washi tape, and I just trimmed it in half. I cut the washi tape in half. I got this roll at Dollar Tree as well. I should make this a Dollar Tree project, because like everything's from Dollar Tree. So then I've got these 2 strips that look like this, and then I use that on the handles. If you can see what I'm talking about. So I just put that on the handles. So I've actually got to make 2 more. Since I only get 4 per sheet, that gives me, there's 5 colors, so that gives me 20. I need 22 boxes, so I'm going to have to cut 1 extra sheet. So I went ahead and pre-did that with all of my strips. And you can round it out a little bit if you want to, kind of curve it like I did these. It'll make it easier to make the handle. And that way that's already prepared, and then I set those aside. Those are already made up. My dog's laying in the sun. She just growled at. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. Alright. So then you'll take your paper, your little square, and you're going to cut from corner to corner to make your little basket. Now, there's several videos out there in YouTube land that show similar baskets like this. This is just my take on it. I was trying to find different... I initially wanted to make a round one, and I found some round patterns that I liked, but since I'm making so many, you know, 22 baskets, oh, I forgot to fold first. I missed a step. Let me grab another piece. Okay, first thing, ooh, that one tore. That one's ripped, so I can't use that one. Well, the first thing you want to do is fold up all the sides. I missed a step. Let me back up. Fold up all the sides first and then cut. Got ahead of myself. It just makes it easier when you're putting it together. But anyway, I was looking for some round ones, and I just didn't want to go through all the steps it takes to make a round one, to make so many. I wanted something I could just make super quick. So these were really easy to make. They take no time at all. You can pre-cut everything, pre-score everything, and then just assemble. It really takes no time at all. Alright, so then the next thing I did, or you can do, is get you some glue dots, or whatever adhesive you like best. I'm just using these glue dots for this project. It just made it really easy. It takes 3 dots per basket. So 1 sheet of glue dots and 1 sheet of paper. So since you can make 4 baskets from a 12 by 12, there's enough dots for 4 baskets. Okay. And then what you're going to do with your little sheet here is you want to cut it in half. Cut the dots in half. Okay. Okay. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to connect your sides right here. So you're going to pull up these two sides right here, like this, and then you're going to attach them. You just need half a little glue dot. Doesn't take much. Now I'm using a cupcake liner to put all my little trash bits in, so they're not all over my table. And then you're going to put this glue dot, take the line that you cut it with, see the line there, and you're just going to line it up with the edge of this tab. Can you see that there? The edge of the tab. And then just pull this off. Like that. And then you want to line up your sides like that and just press it together. And you'll repeat that on the other side. Line this up here on the edge. Placing your little part of the glue dot. Gonna line that up there. And it's alright if it's not lined up perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, then for these side pieces, I don't want the little edge here to show. I'll show you what I'm talking about. On the first one that I made. On this little blue one here, can you see that little edge of the tab is sticking out right there? And I don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and clip off that little corner on each side so that it doesn't show. So I'm just going to take this here and snip off this little bit right there. And I'm going to do it on both sides. Snip off that little bit just so it doesn't show through. Okay. Then you'll take another half a glue dot. Oh, dumped out all my stuff. Actually, these little cupcake liners are pretty handy to have if you've got a lot of little pieces like this. Collects all my trash in the little cupcake liner. Alright, so then I'm going to take this glue dot. Which side is this sticky? That's the sticky. Don't drop it on your mat. Uh-oh. I dropped it on my mat. Whoops. Okay, I don't want to use that piece. Use one of these. Okay, sorry about that. I dropped that piece on my mat. So let me start over here. Alright. So you'll take another piece of your glue dot. And that little piece that you cut off, take that tab and put it on the inside. Like this. See that? So put your little glue piece on the inside of the tab. Alright. And we're just going to close this up and match side to side. Just like that. Okay, and we'll repeat that on the other side. Oh, got glue on my fingers. Okay, we'll repeat that on the other side. You'll take the tab where you cut that little piece off and stick the glue dot, half a glue dot, on the inside tab. Okay, and then we'll just close up our sides here. And it's okay if it's not perfect. Okay, so then you've got yourself a little box here. Okay, I'm going to take one of my handles. I'm going to take the last two glue dots that we have. And that's what we'll stick our handle on with. Okay, placing this on the bottom. You want to put it on the washi side of the tab, of the handle, not the blank side. So put your glue dot on the side that has the washi tape. Okay, do that again on the other side. Take your little half a glue dot and put it on the handle on the side with the washi tape. Okay, so now you've got glue on each end of the handle. And you'll take your handle, and on the side where the folds come together is where you want to put your handle on the inside. And just pressing it where the glue dot is, just like that. And I'm kind of curving it a little bit. And then placing it on the other side. Okay, just like this. And now you've got a little basket that you can decorate, you know, how you want to. But what I'm doing is is I'm taking these little cupcake liners and flipping them inside out. And I'll take the cupcake liner and stick it down inside the basket. Like that. And kind of pressing it into the sides, and it lines the inside of the basket like this. Okay, and then you just take some kind of, I'm using these Easter eggs that I got at Target. Okay, so you would just take a couple of Easter eggs, do the pink ones, and they're sticky foam, so they also help hold the sides together. I'm just placing the tip of the egg over where the sides lap over and pressing it down. And then you got a little decoration on the sides. And I left it at that. You could take the embellishing further. You could probably put maybe something that says Happy Easter on the front, or you can embellish the baskets, whatever suits your needs. And then of course take your little egg. I'm going to fill these with jelly beans, some Starburst jelly beans, and then stick that down in the basket. And then it's got a little basket of jelly beans. And that way my husband can take that to work. I thought about sticking a little card inside, maybe a teeny little folded card that says Happy Easter or something. So I may end up making some little mini tags or little cards to stick inside the baskets. But this is going to be pretty much it with the little Easter favor for him to take to his work. So there's that. It's really simple. Do a pink one real fast. Kind of go through it again, real quick like. Just gonna fold up the sides. Like this. Snipping the corners like this. And then I'm going to take 3 of these dots like I did a minute ago. Going to cut them in half. Right down the middle. Okay. Putting the first glue dot on the outside tab. Matching those up. Gonna do the same thing on the other side. Like I said, it's okay if they're not perfect. If your measurements are off just slightly, you can just press the paper together. It's pretty forgiving project. You can do something for your kids' classroom maybe like this. It's real easy to do. Gonna snip the little corner off there and the corner off here. Okay. Now that's just my personal preference, just because the eggs aren't wide enough. But if you're using some kind of ribbon or something that might cover that up completely, you don't have to worry about snipping off that edge. I just didn't like that little tip hanging out. I thought it looked cleaner, it not being there. Okay. See, like this here, my paper, I didn't cut the corner quite right, so that's okay. It's forgiving. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, there's that side. And these go together. Once you get a rhythm going, these go together quite easily. This on the inside tab. Okay. Gonna press these. Yeah, see, I didn't line this side up correctly, but that's okay. Like I said, it's a pretty forgiving project. Once my egg's going to help hold that down, and the liner's going to help keep the basket, square. So like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a pretty forgiving little thing here. Okay. Putting my last 2 dots on the ends of this handle. put the handle on the side where the tabs come together. And do that again on this side. Like that. Take my liner and slide it inside the basket. Okay. Like that. And I guess we'll do the two blue ones. That looks cute. Sides. Just kind of lining it up with the handle and then pressing the egg down. Tap. And then I'll fill up the Easter egg with some jelly beans and stick it in the little basket. So there you have it. All 5 colors that I have in that paper pack. I've got the pink one, a green one, yellow, blue, and a purple. So that's all the 5 color choices that were in that paper pack. Got this again from Hobby Lobby. It was 50% off when I bought it, so I got it for $2.50, and it's the 12 by 12 size. But you can use any size that you want. Again, the measurements are going to be 5.5 by 5 on the little card you want to cut out. 5.5 by 5. 5.5 inches by 5 inches. You want to cut off that 1/2 inch to make your handle. So this is 1/2 inch. And that'll leave you a square of 5 by 5. And then your score lines are 1.5 inches all the way around. Okay? So there's that. And then grab you some little embellishments. These were $1 at Target. 100 little Easter egg foam stickers for $1. Thought that was pretty good price. So I hope you enjoyed today's little Easter project, and you can make you some little Easter baskets and put some treats in them for favors. Thank you so much for watching today, everyone, and y'all have a great day.